There is a remarkable thing that happens when a woman recognizes her own worth and steps into her power with clarity and confidence. When you stop waiting for validation from others and begin to validate yourself first, you change the dynamic between you and the world around you. There's a subtle yet profound shift in the way men perceive and treat you. When you stand tall, not in arrogance, but in genuine self-assurance, men begin to recognize your value on a much deeper level. It's as if you unlock a hidden power within yourself that makes you irresistibly magnetic. This power isn't about superficial beauty or playing games, it's about having a deep understanding of who you are and holding your boundaries firmly. When a woman fully embraces her own strength, she exudes an energy that demands respect and admiration. And it is this energy that makes men treat you like a goddess. They see the woman who knows her worth and they instinctively rise to meet her, to honor her in ways they never would otherwise. There's something critical that needs to be understood in today's world about self-respect. Self-respect isn't about expecting others to treat you a certain way, it's about treating yourself with the dignity and honor you deserve, regardless of outside approval. When you learn to set boundaries and prioritize your own needs without guilt or hesitation, you send a message that you will not accept less than what you are worthy of. Men are deeply aware of these boundaries. They can sense when a woman is comfortable in her skin, confident in her decisions, and uncompromising in her values. This sends a clear signal she is not a woman who is available to be mistreated or overlooked. Men at their core are driven to pursue what is rare, what holds value, and what is unyielding in its principles. So when you carry yourself with this level of self-respect, you become something that is highly sought after, something that demands to be treated with the reverence it deserves. Part of this journey is the acknowledgement that no one, no man, no person has the power to define your worth unless you allow it. When you're grounded in your own sense of identity and self-worth, you stop measuring your value based on external factors like appearance, social status, or the opinions of others. This shift is profound, and it makes a woman appear untouchable in the most empowering way. You'll notice that men who approach you aren't looking for validation from you. They are looking to complement what is already strong and whole within you. This creates a completely different dynamic than the typical transactional relationships that are based on manipulation or insecurity. When you hold yourself in high regard and refuse to settle for anything less, men who enter your life are forced to rise to meet that standard. They realize that they are in the presence of a woman who knows exactly what she deserves and is willing to walk away from anything that doesn't align with her values. There is also an undeniable element of self-love that plays a role in this transformation. Self-love is not about narcissism or obsession with yourself. It is about taking the time to nurture your own well-being, your emotional health, and your personal growth. When you prioritize yourself in a healthy, balanced way, men begin to see you as someone who is deeply in tune with her own emotions and needs. This kind of emotional intelligence is incredibly attractive to the right kind of man. It signals that you are not looking for someone to complete you, but rather someone to complement you. Men are drawn to women who are already whole, because they understand that being with such a woman means entering into a partnership where both individuals bring their full selves to the table, without dependence or expectation of validation. The truth is, men are looking for women who can stand on their own, who have developed their own dreams and ambitions, and who are not waiting for a man to validate their existence. There is also something deeply transformative in how you manage your own expectations. When you no longer put yourself in a position where you expect others to meet your emotional needs before you have met them for yourself, you become an entirely different kind of woman. It's the difference between seeking validation and finding inner peace. It's the difference between feeling lonely in a room full of people and feeling completely content within your own company. When you are fully at peace with yourself, you stop depending on others to fill the gaps that only you can fill. Men pick up on this whether they consciously realize it or not. They sense that you do not need their validation to feel good about who you are. Instead, you offer them the opportunity to stand beside you, to share in your life, and to build something beautiful together. This shifts the dynamic from one of neediness and expectation to one of partnership and mutual respect. It's in this space that men begin to treat you as the goddess you already are. The most powerful thing a woman can do to inspire the respect she desires from men is to be uncompromising in her pursuit of authenticity. When you strip away the masks you wear to please others and step into the fullness of who you are, something magical happens. You become untouchable in the most alluring way. Men are not interested in women who are afraid to speak their truth, afraid to stand up for what they believe in, or afraid to voice their needs. The woman who dares to show up fully as herself, who is not afraid to speak her mind and stand her ground, radiates a strength that is impossible to ignore. It is this strength that makes her an equal in any relationship, and it is this strength that causes men to treat her with awe and reverence. There's a profound beauty in vulnerability. But there's an even greater beauty in strength, a strength that is born from embracing who you truly are and standing firm in your convictions. This is the power that makes men view you as a goddess, as someone worthy of all the respect and admiration they have to offer. The way you engage with the world, the way you carry yourself, the way you approach relationships, and the way you prioritize your own mental, emotional, and physical health, all of these things combine to form the energy you project into the world. And when that energy is one of self-respect, confidence, and authenticity, it has a magnetic pull. Men can't help but notice. They can't help but be drawn to the strength and beauty you project. But it's not the kind of attention that stems from superficial attraction or fleeting desire. It's the kind of respect and admiration that comes from seeing a woman who knows exactly who she is and refuses to settle for anything less than what she deserves. And it is in this space that men are compelled to treat you like a goddess, not because they have to, but because they genuinely want to. When you are able to create an environment within yourself where peace and certainty reign, you present a type of stability that is rare in the world today. Stability is a quality that men deeply respect because it is a reflection of inner strength. It shows that you are not constantly being tossed by the tides of external circumstances or fleeting emotions. You are not a woman who is reactive or easily swayed by opinions or moods, but one who stands solid in her convictions, her beliefs, and her self-worth. This type of stability is alluring because it represents something grounded, something secure. Men recognize that being with someone who has mastered her own emotions and can maintain her composure through life's ups and downs is a rare gift. The woman who has built this foundation within herself is not only seen as a source of beauty and attraction, but also as someone who can be trusted to stand firm in the most difficult of situations. Men are naturally drawn to that kind of strength. They know that to be in the presence of such a woman is to be in the presence of someone who has the potential to be both a partner and a protector, in the most spiritual sense of the word. This sense of stability also allows you to give men space to be who they are without feeling the need to change or mold them to fit your expectations. You no longer enter relationships with the belief that a man is a project or that you can fix or transform him. Instead, you engage in relationships as equals, two individuals who have their own paths, their own strengths, and their own weaknesses, but who choose to walk alongside each other, not because they need each other, but because they want to. When a woman can maintain her own identity and allow her partner to maintain his, while building a shared connection, it creates a dynamic of mutual respect and admiration. This is a powerful force that men instinctively recognize and cherish. When they see that you do not seek to control or manipulate, but instead foster a space where both individuals can thrive, they begin to treat you with the reverence and honor that comes with true partnership. It is in this atmosphere that love and respect can truly blossom. An essential element in this process is understanding the delicate balance between independence and intimacy. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that in order to be loved or valued, you must give up parts of yourself, whether it's your time, your freedom, or your personal dreams. But the truth is, when you maintain a strong sense of self, men will respect you more. They will recognize that you have your own aspirations, your own passions, and your own boundaries. You are not a woman who sacrifices herself for the sake of a relationship, but one who understands that her individual growth is just as important as her growth as a partner. This realization fosters an incredible sense of admiration from men. They begin to see that the woman in front of them is not a sacrifice to be made, but a force to be reckoned with, someone who demands to be treated with care, respect, and awe. In this dynamic, you become someone who is admired not just for your outer beauty, but for the sheer power of your self-possession and your ability to love fully without losing yourself in the process. There's an inherent trust that comes with this kind of self-awareness, a trust that cannot be faked or fabricated. When you live authentically, men sense that you are not trying to manipulate them or play games. You are simply being yourself, and this simplicity creates a deep sense of trust. Men do not have to question your motives because they see that you are not trying to gain anything from them other than a genuine connection. This openness fosters an environment where men can also show up as their truest selves. There's no need to hide behind walls of defense or facades, because in your presence there is a deep, unspoken understanding that both of you are in the relationship for the right reasons. You are not looking to prove anything to one another, but rather to explore what can be built when two whole people come together. Trust is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, and when men see that you are trustworthy, they will go to great lengths to ensure that you are treated with the reverence you deserve. This trust, once established, is the foundation upon which mutual respect, love, and admiration are built. Another critical component of attracting the respect and reverence you deserve is the ability to nurture and support others, while still maintaining a sense of your own independence. Men are drawn to women who can both give and receive in relationships, those who are generous with their time, attention, and care, but who do not lose themselves in the process. When you are able to be supportive of those around you, to uplift others without draining your own energy, it creates an aura of strength and stability. This is the essence of the goddess energy, a woman who is capable of nurturing, yet never depleting herself in the process. It's about giving without expectation, but knowing when to draw boundaries so that you do not become overextended or taken for granted. Men admire this balance because it reflects maturity and emotional intelligence. It shows that you are not just a giver, but also someone who knows when to protect her energy and when to focus on her own needs. In this way, you teach men how to honor you not through demands, but through the example of how you honor yourself. One of the most attractive qualities a woman can possess is the ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity. Life is full of challenges, and it is how we respond to those challenges that truly reveals our character. When a woman faces difficulty with grace, when she refuses to be knocked down by life's inevitable setbacks, men cannot help but be drawn to her strength. They see in her a woman who does not need to be rescued, but who instead rises to meet the challenge head-on. This quality, resilience, is one of the most powerful indicators of inner strength, and it is magnetic to the right kind of man. He sees that she is someone who can handle herself, someone who will not crumble in the face of hardship. And in this resilience, men see a reflection of the goddess within a woman who is capable of standing tall no matter what life throws her way. This is the kind of woman who commands the highest respect, for she is a woman who is unshaken, unbroken, and completely in command of her own destiny. It's in the moments of stillness and introspection where the true power of a woman can be found. When she takes the time to reflect on her life, to think deeply about her values, her goals, and her place in the world, she becomes infinitely more powerful. This self-awareness is what allows her to navigate life with purpose and clarity. Men are deeply attracted to this level of insight because it signals that the woman is not lost or uncertain, but that she has a strong understanding of who she is and where she is going. She doesn't need to be constantly distracted or entertained by external sources of validation. Instead, she is content in her own company and driven by an inner purpose. This clarity is magnetic, and men will respect you for it. They will see that you are not a woman who is searching for direction or approval from anyone but yourself. You are a woman who knows exactly what she wants and is willing to go after it no matter what. This type of purpose-driven energy is incredibly attractive to men, and it commands the kind of respect and admiration that is often reserved for the most revered and respected women. In every step you take, in every word you speak, in every action you take, remember that you are setting the tone for how others perceive and treat you. Men will treat you like a goddess if you give them no other choice. When you stand firm in your worth, when you are clear about your boundaries, and when you are unshakable in your sense of self, you inspire a kind of reverence that cannot be ignored. This is not about demanding respect, it is about embodying it, living it every single day. When you live in alignment with your highest values, when you cultivate the strength to protect your own energy, and when you trust in your own worth, men will treat you with the respect, admiration, and reverence that you deserve. And in doing so, they will see the goddess within you not as something to be worshipped, but as something to be cherished, valued, and honored for the incredible woman you are. As you continue to cultivate this powerful sense of self, you begin to realize that your worth is not contingent upon the actions or opinions of others. It's a realization that shifts the very foundation of your relationships, particularly with men. When you no longer seek approval or validation from others, you place yourself in a position of freedom. This freedom is powerful because it allows you to make choices that align with your own principles and desires, rather than reacting to external pressures or expectations. Men recognize this freedom and it draws them in because it signifies that you are not bound by anyone's approval or desire to please. You are free to be yourself, and this independence is an undeniable quality that is both magnetic and commanding. A woman who can walk through life on her own terms, without constantly seeking to be seen or validated by others, embodies a kind of quiet strength that men find deeply attractive. They see in you a sense of autonomy that reflects maturity and wisdom, and this, in turn, causes them to treat you with the reverence and respect you naturally deserve. Furthermore, this shift towards independence and self-respect allows you to enter relationships not with a sense of need, but with a sense of choice. When you are in a relationship because you genuinely want to be, not because you need to be, it transforms the entire dynamic. This is a powerful shift that men notice immediately. They understand that a woman who is not dependent on them for emotional or financial fulfillment is a woman who respects herself and values her own life. This recognition often leads to a deeper level of admiration and consequently better treatment. Men will see you as someone who is not waiting to be saved, but as someone who is capable of standing on her own and living a fulfilled, rich life without needing a partner to define her happiness. This is the kind of woman they want to be around, not because they feel obligated to meet her needs, but because they genuinely want to be a part of her world. This shift in the dynamic elevates the relationship from one of dependency to one of mutual admiration and respect. As you continue to evolve, you begin to understand that relationships, in their most healthy form, should be a partnership based on equality and mutual growth. This is a concept that many fail to fully grasp. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that relationships are about fixing each other, about one person filling the gaps the other has. But the truth is, a healthy relationship exists when two individuals come together not to complete each other, but to support each other's growth. Men are drawn to women who understand this principle because it fosters a balanced, equal relationship where both partners bring their best selves to the table. When you no longer look to a man to fulfill all of your emotional needs or provide constant validation, you are free to offer him your companionship and love without the burden of expectation. This kind of relationship is far more fulfilling for both parties because it allows both individuals to thrive independently while growing together. Men see this dynamic and respect it because it acknowledges the autonomy and individuality of each person, while also celebrating the strength of coming together to create something even greater than what either could achieve alone. One of the key reasons why men will treat you with the respect you deserve is because you teach them how to treat you. You set the tone for how they should engage with you by the way you engage with yourself. If you constantly let your boundaries be crossed, or if you tolerate behaviors that don't align with your values, you are teaching others, including men, that such behaviors are acceptable. However, when you stand firm in your principles, when you refuse to accept anything less than the respect you deserve, you send a powerful message. This message is not one of defensiveness or aggression, but one of quiet strength and unshakable self-respect. Men will see that you are not someone to be manipulated or treated casually. They will understand that any interaction with you must be rooted in respect, honesty, and mutual understanding. The way you communicate your boundaries and standards without apology teaches others how to engage with you on a deeper, more meaningful level. In this way, you become a reflection of the respect you have for yourself, and this is the respect that men will ultimately mirror back to you. In addition, as you grow in your self-respect and autonomy, you begin to attract men who align with your values and vision for the future. The more clearly you define who you are, what you stand for, and what you are seeking in a partner, the more likely you are to draw in individuals who share similar principles. Men will treat you with the respect you deserve when they recognize that you are not simply available to anyone who comes along, but that you are selective in who you allow into your life. When you choose your partners with care, based on mutual values, shared goals, and a genuine connection, it fosters a sense of admiration. Men are drawn to women who have standards and who make choices based on what is best for their well-being, not based on a need to be loved or validated. This selective approach makes you appear even more valuable in their eyes as they recognize that your time and energy are precious and should be treated with the utmost respect. As you continue this journey of growth, you also realize that treating yourself as a goddess is not about vanity or selfishness. It's about honoring the divine within yourself, the unique combination of strengths, talents, and beauty that make you who you are. When you recognize this within yourself, you begin to see the world around you through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. You stop thinking of yourself as someone who is lucky to be chosen by a man, and instead begin to recognize that a man should be lucky to have you in his life. This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful because it allows you to step into your own worth without apology. It's not about demanding the world from others, but about demanding the world from yourself, expecting yourself to live up to your highest potential and never settling for anything less than what you deserve. Men see this energy and are naturally drawn to it. They want to be around a woman who respects herself enough to demand the best for her life, a woman who understands that she is the source of her own power and does not need external validation to recognize her worth. This journey of self-love and self-respect is not always easy, but it is one of the most transformative paths a woman can take. It requires courage, introspection, and a willingness to let go of old patterns that no longer serve you. But as you walk this path, you begin to realize that the more you honor yourself, the more you attract others who will honor you in return. Men will treat you like a goddess not because you have demanded it, but because you have created an environment in which only respect, admiration, and love can thrive. When you become the embodiment of self-respect, self-love, and independence, you automatically elevate the way others treat you, and particularly the way men treat you. You no longer need to seek validation or approval from them. Instead, you allow them the opportunity to meet you where you already stand in a space of strength, beauty, and undeniable power. This is when men will treat you like the goddess you truly are, with the respect and reverence you have always deserved. As you continue to nurture your self-worth and honor your own journey, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start to radiate a kind of energy that others can feel. This energy is magnetic because it's not rooted in seeking validation or approval, but in the deep certainty that you are enough as you are. It's the embodiment of self-acceptance, and this vibration attracts the right kind of energy into your life. Men will recognize this, and they will respond to it. The way you carry yourself, the way you interact with the world, will reflect a strength that they can't help but be drawn to. This type of energy doesn't need to be loud or attention-seeking. It's a quiet power that speaks volumes without saying a word. It's in the way you walk into a room with confidence, the way you hold your head high, the way you engage in conversations with presence and authenticity. When you carry yourself with this type of energy, men will treat you with the reverence and respect you deserve, because they will recognize that you are not someone who is easily swayed or compromised. You are a woman of substance, and that substance demands their admiration. This magnetic energy isn't something you have to force or fake. It grows naturally when you commit to taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's about prioritizing your own needs and creating space in your life for your own happiness and well-being. When you make your health, your happiness, and your personal growth a priority, you signal to the world that you are not willing to settle for anything less than what truly nourishes you. Men will see this dedication to yourself, and they will find it incredibly attractive. They will recognize that a woman who takes care of herself in every sense of the word is someone who knows her value and will not settle for less than what she deserves. This creates a powerful dynamic where men are drawn to you not out of desperation or need, but because they want to be in the presence of someone who embodies the essence of self-love and self-respect. They will treat you with the care and admiration that comes with recognizing the depth of your own commitment to yourself. This level of self-respect also gives you the power to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential in any relationship because they communicate what is acceptable and what is not. When you are clear about your limits, when you are unwavering in your commitment to yourself and your well-being, men will understand that they must meet your standards if they want to be a part of your life. This doesn't mean being rigid or unyielding, but rather being clear and confident in your needs and desires. Men will respect you more when they see that you do not tolerate behavior that doesn't align with your values or your worth. You teach them how to treat you by showing them what you will and won't accept. This sense of certainty and strength is deeply attractive because it signals that you are not someone who can be easily manipulated or controlled. Instead, you are someone who knows what she wants and will only accept the highest standards in her life. This is a woman who commands respect, and men will treat you accordingly. At the same time, it's important to remember that self-respect doesn't mean closing yourself off to love or vulnerability. It's about striking a balance between maintaining your independence and being open to connection. Men will treat you like a goddess when they see that you are not afraid to show your authentic self, but that you also have the emotional intelligence to protect your heart when necessary. You understand that love is a gift that should be given freely, but only to those who have earned it. You do not give away your heart indiscriminately, but you are open to sharing it with those who show you the same level of respect, understanding, and devotion that you show yourself. This approach creates a dynamic where love is mutual and balanced, where both partners have the space to grow individually while nurturing their connection with each other. Men will find this openness and vulnerability alluring because it shows them that you are a woman who is not afraid to love deeply, but also knows how to protect her heart when necessary. This creates a sense of security and trust in the relationship, and men will be drawn to you for this very reason. Your emotional intelligence, which is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others, plays a crucial role in how men will treat you. When you are emotionally aware and self-regulated, you bring a sense of calm and stability to your relationships. Men are naturally attracted to women who can manage their emotions with grace, especially in challenging situations. When you can navigate life's ups and downs without losing your composure, you create an environment where trust and mutual respect can thrive. Men will see you as someone who is reliable, someone who can handle difficult situations with dignity and poise. This emotional maturity commands respect, and men will treat you as the strong, capable woman that you are. You become the kind of partner who can be counted on in times of crisis, and this reliability is one of the most attractive qualities a woman can possess. It's not about being perfect, but about being able to handle your emotions in a healthy and constructive way, even when life is throwing challenges your way. This emotional intelligence also allows you to communicate effectively in your relationships. Communication is key to any healthy partnership, and when you are able to express your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a clear, respectful manner, men will respond with greater understanding and respect. Men appreciate women who can communicate openly and honestly without resorting to manipulation or passive-aggressive behavior. When you communicate with clarity and confidence, you show them that you are someone who values transparency and mutual respect in a relationship. This ability to express yourself with honesty and vulnerability fosters a deeper connection, as men feel that they can trust you to be straightforward and real with them. This level of emotional depth and communication makes you a highly valued partner, and it encourages men to treat you with the reverence and care you deserve. It's also important to acknowledge that the way you treat others plays a role in how men will treat you. The energy you give out into the world has a powerful effect on how you are treated in return. When you show kindness, generosity, and respect to others, you create an environment where those same qualities are reflected back to you. Men are drawn to women who are not only kind to them, but to others as well. This kindness is not about being self-sacrificing or constantly putting others before yourself, but about showing compassion and empathy for those around you. When you treat others with dignity and respect, you set the standard for how you expect to be treated in return. Men will see this kindness and generosity and will be inspired to treat you with the same level of respect and admiration. It creates a ripple effect, where the positive energy you give out into the world comes back to you in the form of love, care, and reverence. As you continue on this journey of self-discovery and growth, remember that the key to attracting the respect and admiration you deserve is not to seek it externally, but to cultivate it within yourself. When you live authentically, honor your worth, set healthy boundaries, and maintain emotional intelligence, you naturally attract the kind of men who will treat you like the goddess you truly are. This is not about demanding respect or manipulating others, but about embodying the qualities that make you worthy of respect in the first place. When you do this, you will see that the right kind of men will treat you with reverence, admiration, and love, not because you asked for it, but because you have created a space where it is the natural response to the woman you have become.